everyone, this is a new Comic Clerks video, and I'm here to talk to you about the season premiere of Arrow. And this video will contain spoilers, so I'm just letting you know beforehand. Alright, so we start this episode with Oliver running through a forest and basically exiting into a suburban area. Looks like him and Felicity have settled into a quiet neighborhood, and Felicity can't cook eggs. Looks like Felicity's hacking skills are way better than her cooking skills because she failed at making an omelet. So Felicity can't cook, you guys. So Felicity has been given Palmer technologies, and that's what she's been doing while they're in this suburban area. And Oliver makes brunch for the neighbors. So it seems like they're enjoying themselves from after last season, after everything that happened. So now we get to some action. Canary and Speedy, sorry, Red Arrow, she wants to be called Red Arrow now. Her and Canary are being shot out while pursuing a truck, which Arrow believes is so cool. But Canary believes she needs to redefine cool because they're being shot at while on a motorcycle. Not cool to Laurel. So Red Arrow hops onto this truck and starts taking out these guys, but she gets caught off guard by one of them and being saved by Diggle in his new costume or helmet. I didn't really see a big change in his outfit. Not really a big change besides the helmet. So Diggle tells Canary she's up and she throws a bomb at the truck to stop it. I don't know where she learned to do this, but I hope they don't ask her to do this again because Red Arrow and Diggle went flying along with the cargo that these guys were stealing. But it seems like these guys had a backup crew following them who drove up, grabbed the cargo, loaded it into another truck, and, you know, just kept the team down with some heavy fire. You know, they couldn't. Basically, they just had them down with that. So, and then they get away pretty much. So, score 0 for the team on this one. So the team gets back to where they've been operating from and go over the details of the night. Seems like the stolen cargo was weapon containers from Cord Industries. Also, we found out these guys are called Ghost. Laurel believes they're in over their head and need help. Diggle disagrees. So they're going back and forth about, because, you know, they want to, Laurel and Thea want to call in Ollie. Diggle, you know, after last season, he doesn't really want Ollie's help. So I can see where that comes in. He did steal his wife, threaten his kid and all that. So, but anyway, so the city has not been able to find a new mayor, so they have a committee to make decisions. Their main topic are the ghosts and trying to save the city. According to Captain Lance, the ghosts seem to take cyanide capsules if they're caught, so they can't be interrogated. You know, so Captain Lance suggests that maybe to, you know, save the city, they should have a flash day. Yeah, they don't really have that kind of hero going on right now. That's when this mystery guy comes in and he claims that he controls the ghosts. And he wants them to let the city die. He leaves, but not before telling them to get their affairs in order because they're basically going to die. That's, you know, a big threat. You just walk in, tell them what you want, and then walk out and say you're gonna die. That's just goodness gracious with that one. So we get back to Oliver and Felicity who are having brunch, and apparently you can make eggs in a slow cooker. I never knew that. Arrow has broadened my horizons on culinary skills, I guess. Slow cookers are lifesavers. The neighbors suggest them getting them on a school list because it's not too early to get on it, and there has to be some kids on the way in their future, which makes Felicity and Oliver very uncomfortable. Felicity leaves the room, and the neighbors, I guess they're in on what Oliver has been planning this whole time, want to see the ring. I guess he got his mother's ring, and he plans on proposing to Felicity. So then we hit a flashback. Oliver is chasing a drug dealer across the roof, and he's really sloppy in this takedown. The dealer got away, and he was knocked off the roof, where he's found hanging by none other than Amanda Waller. So, flashback ends, and we see Laurel and the district attorney talking about the meeting when the district attorney collapsed from being poisoned from her coffee. So Laurel calls John, tells him city leadership is being targeted. They all head out to cover one of the other city committee members. The police department is attacked by ghosts, where they have Captain Lance cornered, and John and Thea's targets pretty much got assassinated real quick. They didn't even have a chance to really protect them. So looks like the city has no leadership at this moment except Captain Lance. So it's just, he was really good on his threat. He went and took them all out except Captain Lance. Well, Captain Lance had some help. Canary got there, to help her dad out and all that good stuff. So at least we saved one of them. So we're back to Oliver and Felicity having dinner, where Oliver plans to propose, but are interrupted by Thea and Laurel. They explain what's happening in Star City. There's pretty much nothing they have. They don't have anything to help them find these ghosts or find who has been targeting the city committee, and they need Arrow's help. Oliver says that Arrow is dead, and it's finally Felicity that convinces him to go. So we get another flashback where we see Hal's Jordan jacket in a bar. So I'm guessing they're in Coast City. But, I don't know if it's Hal's jacket or his dad's jacket. So I'm guessing if it's his dad's jacket, then that's just a memento they have hanging up. Or maybe Hal's gone. He's been taken into outer space, and they don't know what happened to him. So they have this jacket hanging up as, as a memory. Or his dad did die, so his jacket might be hanging up as a memory. So it could be one of those two, I was thinking. But yeah, we got to see his jacket, so that was awesome. So, him and Waller are talking in this bar and are having a conversation when she just pretty much drugs Ollie. And that's pretty much the end of that flashback. So Oliver and Felicity are back in town, and Oliver feels like they basically accomplished nothing. All these years he's been back, being an Arrow and all that, they've accomplished nothing. I'm like, Oliver, don't beat yourself up, man. The first season, you stopped the whole city from being destroyed. So you accomplished a couple of things. So, alright, so we get back to the story now. Diggle is not happy Oliver is back, and he voices that he can't trust Oliver. So they start telling him what they need, and Oliver just gets back into the swing of things, giving out orders, and he's right back in the seat, right back in the city of things. And Laura and Diggle are not on him giving orders right now. And Thea says they'll come around, and she goes and follows her orders. She's all gung-ho about, saving the city and all that. So Oliver spots how fast Felicity is figuring stuff out and putting things together. And so he figures out that Felicity has been helping the team all along. And Felicity is busted. So we go to Captain Lance and Laura, who are arguing about her involvement, and he wants her to stay away, and we all know that's not going to happen. So, they have this argument where, they just come to a standstill, and, no one's backing down, and that's pretty much it. And then we get to John and Lila, and they're talking about Oliver, and Lila says he has to forgive Oliver at some time because, they're a team. He has to forgive him at some point. So Oliver and Felicity are going over all the times Felicity lied and was helping the team. You know, Felicity basically said she missed saving the city and was bored with the suburban life. And she's like, she loved being with him. She just did not care for, you know, brunches and, you know, she's not ready for that kind of life yet. So Felicity gets a warning on her computer. She's located the cord weapons. They had a GPS in the bombs, and she was able to pinpoint their last location. So Felicity also has a present for Oliver. Cisco designed him a new suit, but Oliver says they won't be in town long enough for it, so he doesn't try it on or anything like that. So we get to the point where the weapons were where they last were checked by their GPS. So the mystery man from earlier, who runs the ghost, is talking to the ghost about the other night. The leader of that mission is made an example of for not being more efficient by this mystery guy touching him and draining the life out of him. You know, that's the way to strike fear into your subordinates. You know, that's the way to, you know, to get everybody scared and make sure they are on the right track, you know. Oliver tells them to move and the team attacks the ghost. The team is winning and Red Arrow seems to be a little hostile with her opponents. You know, she's just ramming it out on one, you know. So this is when the police show up, but Oliver is able to find out before they leave that the target is for the new train station that's being built, you know, that was donated by Central City. So the team starts to go over the night that the new reopening is when the bombs are going to be set off. So Thea doesn't care, you know, about the, you know, Thea doesn't really care about the bombs. She's more worried about the guy they saw who just sucked the life out of someone. And she wants to talk about that, you know. Felicity is worried about a new meta human, but Oliver says he's not a meta. He had mystic powers. So, you know, Diggle calls him out, like, more info you're not telling us, and they get into a little argument, and then that's that. So since Felicity can't activate the GPS and the bombs, the team is off trying to find them at the train station, where Thea and Oliver are having a conversation on how Thea is in control. So we have seen Thea doing a little crazy stuff. She's, you know, I just think that, you know, all the, you know, actual heroes, they all, you know, yell at their sidekicks about, you know, not having any control. But, you know, Oliver didn't have any control when he started neither. He was, you know, shooting people from rooftops and stuff. So I think it's pretty unfair that he's judging how Thea isn't in control when he's had to learn control and he's been doing this a lot longer than her. So Thea says she owes Laurel $50 because he hasn't been in town 24 hours and she's already being lectured. Oliver tries, after that failure, tries to get on Diggle's good side, and we find out that concealing his identity was Ollie's idea. So thank you, Oliver, for that helmet. That was your idea. Shame on you, Oliver. So Captain Land is on the scene with the SCPD trying to find the bombs also. And as always, the nice captain blames Oliver for everything. Everything is Oliver's fault. Nobody else does anything else to do anything. Everything that happens in Star City is Oliver's fault, according to Captain Lance. So we have another flashback where Oliver's waking up from being drugged and being thrown off a plane to investigate, what do you know, the island. Goodness, he doesn't get a break. He keeps getting sent back to that island. Goodness. So this flashback ends, and Oliver is talking to Felicity about Captain Lance, Diggle, and Thea. You know, he got his feelings hurt, so, you know, he had to talk to Felicity about it. You know, he was really beating himself up on what's happening in Star City. I'm like, man, you saved the city countless times. I know you might have brought some crazies with you, but I think the work he's done has outweighed the crazies he's brought to town. Because there was already crazies in Star City. They just were a little more under the radar than they are now. So the team comes in, and there was no bombs in the train station. You know, so Felicity figures out that they're not in the train station. They're coming in on a train. So Diggle tells everyone to suit up, and Felicity shows Oliver his new suit from Cisco. So it looks like the Arrow is back. So it seems like the team split up. Arrow and Diggle are after the train, and Theo and Laurel are clearing out the train station. You know, basically, you know, Thea and Laurel, you know, they cause a ruckus and try to get everybody out of there. Diggle and Oliver really have the job. They have 6 minutes to stop the train before the bomb gets there. So Oliver gets on the train and confronts the mystery man, who reveals himself to be Damien Dark. The guy Ra's al Ghul from season 3, you know, warned him about, you know, that, you know, they were, I believe they were partners. No, they were trained together. Yes, they were trained together. And so this is the one that Ra's al Ghul was warning him about. So, you know, Oliver, you know, takes out arrows, shoot. But Damien, his mystic powers, just sends arrows back. And then he grabs, you know, Oliver and starts to suck out his life force when he is saved by Diggle. Thank you, Diggle, for saving Ollie. You know, we know you didn't want to. You're mad at him, but, you know, he owes you one now. So they decide to hop off the train and just blow it up, you know, from a distance, pretty much, which they should have just done from the jump straight, I believe. They didn't really have to get on the train if that's what they're going to do. So Oliver decides he's going to stay in town, and he starts to explain to them about Damien, and he tells them that Ross said Damien Dark had a hive of operatives at his disposal. This gives Diggle a flashback of something Deadshot told him about. You know, there was a hive that wanted to kill his brother. So, you know, this gives Diggle some, you know, clarification on who he's looking for. So Oliver decides to go on TV and give a speech telling everyone to not give up hope. You know, the heroes, they're going to figure out what's going on, and letting everybody know that he's the Green Arrow. So, alright, we get one more little short flashback back to the island. Again, Oliver lands, and he already has a gun pointing at him from a guy demanding answers. He just can't catch a break back then in the day. Goodness, getting thrown back on the island, guns pointed at his head. He just can't catch a break. So we get back to Damien Dark, who is offering his blood, which I don't know what he's offering it to, but he's reciting an incantation which shows a mark glowing on his arm. When a ghost operative comes in saying he has a visitor. Who is it? Captain Lance? You're a part of this? After judging Ollie about bringing, you know, the darkness into the city, you're in league with, you know, Damien Dark. Goodness. Good to know. So, he's been in the league with Dark from the beginning, and Dark wants the Green Arrow dead. Anybody in cahoots with him, he wants dead. So, you know, Captain Lance, you have some thinking to do about this, because we know his daughters, the Black Canary, Damien Dark wants her dead. So, you know, we get to a cute scene of Oliver and Felicity. You know, they're using Thea's old apartment, and we get to, you know, the ring is in a bowl of ice. I guess he was going to try to propose again at that time. But then we get skipped to 6 months later, and Oliver and Barry are standing at a grave. Oliver talks to Barry about killing someone, and Barry offers his help, which Oliver declines. So, who do you think died, you guys? I'm thinking it's Felicity. I'm thinking they take out Felicity in this season. And it's not because I don't like Felicity. I just think that, you know, she's one of the main characters that would bring Oliver and Barry to a gravesite and would make Oliver want to kill somebody. Seriously. So, what are your thoughts, you guys, on this last episode? So, let me know. Leave it in the comments, you know. Tell me what you guys think, who's going to die, you know, and I'll see you guys next week on the next episode. You alright? Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching,